great.
I did good.
I'm proud of you. That's what I wanted. That's the fit. I'm proud of you.
Sanders fires. Got a man. Lister. He's 5. He's touchdown.
Love him or hate him, Shedeur Sanders is one of the most polarizing figures in college football right now. The son of Deion Coach Prime Sanders.
I thought you had media today.
They don't have interviews here.
No, I thought you had media. You thought I had to go on and you had to go.
Shedeur isn't just living in his father's shadow. He's carving out his own legacy, one touchdown at a time. But behind the glitz, the hype, and the viral moments, what's the real story? Today, we're breaking down the uncensored truth about Shedeur Sanders, the talent, the controversy, and what the future really holds for this rising star. Stick around, because some of this might surprise you. Let's get one thing straight right now.
Go! Push, push, push. Open up them hands.
After the mom, my phone done. It's time to get the mental relaxation on.
Shedeur Sanders wasn't just born into football royalty, he was baptized in it. The son of Deion Primetime Sanders, arguably the most electrifying two-sport athlete in history, that's not just pressure. That's walking through life with the entire world waiting for you to stumble. But here's what the haters don't want to admit. While most kids were playing Madden, Shedeur was living it, throwing spirals before he could even ride a bike without training wheels. Now, let's talk about those Trinity Christian days, because this is where the legend really started. We're not just talking about good high school stats here. We're talking video game numbers, 6,000 plus passing yards, 70 touchdowns, back-to-back state championships. And get this, he did it all while carrying the heaviest backpack in sports, the Sanders name.
Okay, hold it right there. Feel your glutes. Feel the back side of your body.
He just passed gas, so I think you want to stay away from
I want to
this
stay
area
right over
now.
here. It's all right. I have 2 boys. I'm
From
not
this
afraid.
area.
Imagine being 16 years old, throwing a pick in a random Friday night game, and knowing the entire internet's going to dissect it like it's the Super Bowl. That's Shedeur's reality since day one. And let's address the elephant in the room, Coach Prime on the sidelines. We've all seen those viral clips, Deion going full drill sergeant on his own son after a bad play. Some people clutch their pearls and call it too harsh. But let me ask you this. When you're trying to become the best in a world that's already decided you're only here because of your last name, is nice gonna cut it? That tough love forged something in Shedeur that stats can't measure. That unshakable belief that when the lights are brightest, he belongs there.
Sanders, one on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 15. He's going to reach back and launch it downfield inside the 10. LaJohntay West.
But here's what really separates Shedeur from the Nepo baby narrative. The man doesn't just have talent, he's got that dog in him. Remember that 2021 state championship game? Down by 14 in the 4th quarter, defense breathing down his neck, and what does Shedeur do? Drops a dime for the game winner with 8 seconds left. That's not nepotism, folks. That's ice in the veins. And that's exactly why what happened next would change everything. Then came Jackson State. When Deion took over as head coach in 2020, the whispers started immediately. Shedeur only got the starting job because of his dad. But oh, how quickly he shut that noise down. In his freshman year, Shedeur threw for over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and just 8 interceptions. He wasn't just good, he was dominant. And that SWAC championship in 2021, Shedeur was the engine of that team. But let's keep it real. Playing at an HBCU brought its own set of debates. Some said he was avoiding tougher competition. Others argued he was elevating the entire level of play in the FCS. Then came the move. When Deion took the Colorado job, Shedeur followed. And that's when the narrative really exploded. Boulder, Colorado. Let's keep it real. Before Coach Prime rolled into town, the Buffaloes weren't just bad. They were a national punchline. 111 in 2022. Then boom. Overnight, Shedeur becomes the face of the most shocking program turnaround in NCAA history. That TCU season opener, pure cinema. 5 of 10 passing yards, a school record, 4 touchdowns, and that now iconic game-winning drive where Shedeur looked TCU's defense dead in the eyes and said, "This is my house now." The entire country lost their minds. Suddenly, Colorado was trending higher than Taylor Swift. But here's what they don't tell you about that fairy tale start. Shedeur got sacked 52 times in 2023, played behind an O-line that leaked like a sieve, still put up 3,230 yards, 27 TDs to just 3 INTs. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is this Prime system or Shedeur's talent? Here's the cold truth. 1. That system produced a 148.6 passer rating under pressure. 2. His 68.4% completion rate on 3rd and long would make NFL QBs jealous. 3. Watch the Oregon tape. No scheme saves you from that 7-sack bloodbath. And the drama? Oh, we've got receipts. The 4.1M NIL portfolio. That viral Instagram live after the USC loss. The unapologetic clapbacks at every doubter. This isn't just football. It's reality TV with shoulder pads. Every snap, every tweet, every designer sideline fit gets magnified. But here's the real question. Is Shedeur leaning into the villain role, or is the villain role being forced on him? Now let's cut through the noise and ask the billion-dollar question. Is Shedeur Sanders truly an NFL franchise quarterback, or just the most hyped prospect since Johnny Manziel? I've got the unfiltered truth that no ESPN analyst will tell you. First, the cold, hard facts from NFL scouts. His pocket presence? Elite. That internal clock rivals Brady's early years. But here's the rub. When protection completely collapses, his mechanics get real shaky. We've clocked his completion percentage dropping from 71% to 58% when he's forced to reset his feet under pressure. But wait, there's a plot twist. That same scout dropped this bombshell. What no one's talking about, his pre-snap reads are already better than half the starters in the league. Kid diagnoses blitzes like a 10-year vet. Now let's talk about the elephant in the draft room, the Sanders effect. In today's NFL where the combine is basically a reality show, jersey sales matter as much as TD passes. Teams draft social media engagement along with arm talent. Shedeur isn't just a player, he's a cultural phenomenon. We're talking 4.3 million Instagram followers, merch sales that dwarf every 2024 draft prospect combined. A built-in national fan base that would sell out any stadium. Here's the uncensored reality. Some GMs will overdraft him purely for the economic boom he brings. Others will pass specifically because they can't handle the primetime circus. But make no mistake, whichever team takes him is getting 1. A day 1 jersey sales record breaker. 2. A QB who's played under more scrutiny than most NFL starters. 3. A target so big, opposing defenses will treat him like the NFC Championship bottom line, top 10 pick guaranteed. Not because he's perfect, but because in today's NFL, draft capital and cultural capital are equally valuable. And Shedeur, he's got more of both than anyone since his dad. The uncensored truth? Shedeur walks the finest line in sports. Calls his shot like MJ in his prime. Then delivers, wears his emotions on his diamond-encrusted sleeves, plays every snap like the world doubts him. This isn't just confidence, it's calculated. In an era where athletes get crucified for having personality, Shedeur weaponizes it. Those "they doubted me" tweets? Genius psychological warfare. The flashy chains? A middle finger to anyone who says athletes should be seen and not heard. Love it or hate it, that Sanders swagger comes with receipts. And until someone stops him on the field, he'll keep turning swag into stats and haters into highlights. After breaking down every throw, every stat, and every ounce of that primetime DNA, here's the unfiltered truth about Shedeur Sanders that no highlight reel will show you. Talent? Undeniable. The numbers scream elite. 70 touchdowns in high school, nearly 10,000 career passing yards before his senior season, and a clutch gene that turns fourth quarters into his personal showcase. This isn't just pedigree, this is production. Work ethic? Proven. While other quarterbacks were enjoying their offseason, Shedeur was dissecting NFL coverages with his dad, training at 5 a.m. and turning potential into results. His improvement year after year isn't luck, it's obsession. NFL future? The debate rages on. Some scouts see a franchise-changing arm. Others whisper about system quarterbacks and nepotism. But here's what they're missing. Shedeur doesn't just play with a chip on his shoulder. He plays like the whole world bet against him. And history shows us one thing. Betting against a Sanders is a dangerous game. One thing's crystal clear. He's not just Deion's son anymore. He's a phenomenon, a brand, and a player who forces you to watch, whether you love him or love to hate him. Will he become an NFL superstar? Will the pressure crack him? That's the drama we're all hooked on. But mark my words, when the lights are brightest and the stakes are highest, Shedeur Sanders won't just show up, he'll take over. And that's the uncensored truth.